My name is Nir Rothenberg, and I'm the CISO at Rapyd, and I'm talking to you from Tel Aviv, Israel. So my first job was actually being a bellboy. I got fired from that job in very fast. And the reason I got fired, and the lesson I take today, was because I went into a room without knocking, and I saw somebody in an indecent manner, which I shouldn't be seen. It was very embarrassing and awkward. So I learned that it's always better to knock before you enter the door. And I think beyond security, that's a very important lesson to life. And any kids listening, you should know, always knock before you enter. It's very important. So running security in a fintech company is a lot more responsibility than your average security operations. I would kind of equivalent it to running security for a health provider or anything like that, because fintech, especially Rapyd, it's about people and payments. So there's two responsibilities. One thing is making sure it works, because if you go to Walmart or just your local 7-Eleven and you're trying to pay and you can't because of any reason, it's a cyber attack or because the CISO tried a new security tool and it's COVID and you got to buy toilet paper, then you're in big trouble, and Rapyd and me as a CISO of Rapyd are in big trouble. So that's one aspect. The second aspect is we have a lot of responsibility to a lot of PII, which means personal information, because again, it's all your payments information, what you buy, where you buy it, how much you spend. It's your most personal information. Just like anybody, whoever is listening to it, think about your paycheck. It's not something you want people to know about. So that's what really differentiates working in fintech and in finance than anything else. When you work with security professionals, if you're a developer, a DevOps, or anybody, and you know what, let's back up. Let's give you a tip for life. The secret thing that can let you work really well with anybody else is don't be a jerk. Just don't be a jerk. It's so easy. If you're not a jerk, and that's it. That's a secret. Just don't be a jerk, and then people will get along with you. So also to security people, also to developers, DevOps, janitors, doesn't matter who you are, just be nice to the other person you're working with. Try to understand, try to have a little bit of empathy. And it doesn't matter really what field you're in, that will probably make 90% of the problems much more manageable. Beyond that, I would say that it would really, really help if you kind of understand the risks, because and I think it's getting better. I think a lot of developers today, and especially DevOps engineers today, they are very good partners because they understand the risks. They understand what could go bad. They read the news we read, and they want to help. So it is improving, and it's my team's job and my job to understand the pains of the DevOps and developers, because they also have problems they're trying to solve. So every day I wake up in the morning, I look in the mirror and say, Nir, today you're not going to be a jerk. And sometimes I succeed, and then it's a good day for the people who work with me. One big lesson is that the people who know how to hack can really easily hack iPhones. So a lot of times you talk to iPhone users like, oh, I got an iPhone, I'm super secure. No, you're not. No, you're not. You're going to hack an iPhone. I mean, amateurs can't hack iPhones. It's hard. It's easier to hack an Android probably. But the people who can hack iPhones. So I got an Android, and that's one of the big takeaways. So, if you have an Android, don't feel bad. It's not as easy to hack as you would think. Like, the professionals can hack iPhones just great. And if you don't believe me, read the news. I've got many years of martial arts training and instructing, and I love martial arts. I was mentoring somebody who wanted to get into security, and he thought I would tell him, go learn hacking, go learn network. I told him, you know what? Go study martial arts. He's like, what? I said, first off, it's really fun. It really is fun. And if you don't try it, you wouldn't know. It's just really, really fun because you simulate kind of murder. I know it sounds bad, but it is. It's very pure. I mean, you work. It's not a game, but you train with people you really like, really, really good people. People who do martial arts are usually really good people, and you pretend to kill each other. That's what you do. That's what you do when you spar. Now you protect each other, but you train, and then it creates a kind of understanding of reality that really translates well to anything in life. Because after a good martial arts training, the bad things seem less bad. You get proportions. So I think it helped me. It helped me be more grounded, take a lot more things with humor, and it also helped me really, really kind of attack my weaknesses. Because a martial artist, that's what he is. When you study martial arts, the second you get good, you get another challenge. If you think about belt systems, and I train multiple martial arts, and there's nothing I like more than to suck. It's like an amazing thing. Like I get good, I might have gotten a black belt, then I'm like, okay, now I'll try boxing, and then I get my ass kicked by a 15-year-old girl. And on one hand, it's embarrassing. On the other hand, it feels amazing because when you suck, you learn really, really fast. So I really enjoy people who want to suck and learn. Not just suck and stay, but really learn. And that's why I always advise people to, especially if you kind of are stuck in a place, you want to make a change, start off by going to martial arts a couple of times a week. Then you get it's a chemical reaction in your brain, and then things become a little more proportional. And then once you learn, also there's a kind of swag you have when you walk in a room and you think I could probably kick a lot of asses here. It's the kind of thing that gives you a lot of confidence. You don't have to have that, but it helps. But the main thing is attacking your weaknesses. So that's really good, and that's what I enjoy about security. That's why I love security so much, because you can have you can be Fortune 50 company, Fortune 10, you can be in Amazon or Google. You'll still have a lot of weaknesses to attack there. And that's basically what security is: attack your weakness, improve it, getting a little better, sucking a little less every day, and not being a jerk. So you're asking about the next level nation state attacks and what you should do. My personal opinion is, after also being an NSO and being aware of the really high level attacks, really innovative attacks by super smart people, laser focused on targeting you. And as we discussed earlier, the people who are good at hacking can hack iPhones. So it doesn't mean iPhone security is terrible. iPhone has amazing security and privacy controls. But if you have enough trained people focusing enough time, they will find a vulnerability. So that the biggest takeaway from all these nation state attacks is humility. It's okay, you can't be perfect. It's okay to have gaps. What you need to do is manage the gaps and prioritize dealing with them. So that's what you should be focused on. The most important thing you should always do, this is again for martial arts, by the way, is basics. Your basics. There's basics in security. The basic control, almost every standard you open, you write you can Google list of basic controls. What comes up? Asset management. Know what you have. Second thing, patch management. Make it updated. That alone will lower your attack surface significantly. That means it's harder to attack you. That means that even nation states, they don't want to waste time on hard targets. They would rather attack 20 easy targets than one tough target, unless it's really super strategic. And then they'll probably get you anyway. It might not even be cyber. They might get a spy to infiltrate your organization and get himself hired. There's endless ways to get the information if a country is ruthless enough to get it. So again, it's like that joke about two people crash in the jungle and a lion comes to chasing them, and then one of them starts tying his running shoes, and his friend's like, "You're not going to outrun the lion." And the guy's like, "I just want to outrun you," So it's the same thing with cyber, unfortunately, right? So CISOs, and I think CISOs are aware of this. They're trying to have the best controls they can compared to the attack surface, and then hopefully, because a lot of these attacks right now, as you see, they're not targeted. You see, there are a lot of national infrastructure, and then there's a lot of just wiping out data from all the companies and stuff like that. So just make it a little harder to get your company. They can get other companies. It's unfortunate. In a nation level, I think it shows that once there's a war, cyber is a part of it. We've seen it in Israel when there was operations, and we had our adversaries kind of target soldiers, and it's in the news. So, as nations should invest in, cyber education and prioritize controlling assets, and all that stuff. But ultimately, it's tragic. This is just a very small part of it. We should know our place. The story here is much bigger than information security. I need to pick one mistake that you can make when you want to partner with me. Well, again, going back to what I said before. First off, don't be a jerk. So first off, just try to be a decent human being, because partnering with me means working with me, and I don't want to work with anybody who's not pleasant to work with. In the end of the day, we should have a pleasant conversation. I'll bring my part. You should bring your part. So it's a lot about people skills. You can have the best solution in the world. If you're a jerk, nobody's going to want to work with you. Second thing, mistake I see a lot of founders make is that they don't prioritize immediate value. They have this 6-year vision. Now, I'm not an investor. I'm a CISO. So I'm not in here for 6 years. I want immediate value. Now, you have to figure out, and that's a tough part of being a founder, figure out how to give me value fast. And I've had startups like this, and they sold me this great idea, and then we start working together. And I wait a month, 2 months, 3 months, and they have nothing. And then I'm like, okay, you guys are fired. And I fired them from free partnership. I didn't even pay them anything. It was wasting my time and my team's time. So when you have an idea and you have this big vision, how you're going to be the next whatever, say, okay, but how am I going to give value in a month and in 3 months and in 6 months? And it should be obvious. You don't need UI. You don't need a complex product, but you need to give value. I have risks. I need a lot of help with these risks. If you can help me, it's worth money. Until then, I have no reason to waste any time on you, because there's 6 other startups who know how to give me value, and I'd rather give them my time. What do I do for fun? I have fun with my job. I think that's a secret to have a happy life. You just gotta really love your job. It's like one of those professional, sports players that they just shoot hoops for fun, and even though they play basketball. So, I love security. It's really interesting to me. If I read about a hack, but how they get in? But how, I'm super curious about security. I feel like I don't know anything. I have so much to learn. The more I know, the less I feel I know. And it's really, really fun to be in that it's never ending. There's so many things. But besides that, so I got a family. I got 2 little kids. So, that's a handful. Anybody who has kids know it, and it changes your life. By the way, if you don't have kids, have kids. Really, just go and have kids right now, because it would make me feel better that, I'm missing out on, going out and parties. So, the more people who suffer with me, the better I feel. I know it's not good to say, but it's true. So go have kids. If you listen to this, one takeaway is have kids right now, and let me know that you did it, so I would feel a little better that I'm not missing out. I love martial arts, as I said before, and I think it really gives proportions to life. And I don't train as much as I used to, or as much as I should. Go to some tropical island and read a book. So for me, no, I want to go to Brazil and go to train with with savages for, and really with the world-class athletes and get my ass kicked. So that's my dream for when I retire or whatever. So that's what keeps me grounded. Family and getting my ass kicked. I think, it's a good mix.